Hey gang, welcome back to Sirstrat Plays. This is Sirstrat, and we are jumping into another Storybook Brawl battle. This is part of our March for Mythic series. You can see here that I started at 3951 in this game, and we're making the push for 4,000, which is Mythic in Storybook Brawl, and does a couple things for you, but allows you to play in the end-of-month tournaments, amongst other things. So we picked Sad Drac here over APOC and King Midas. Not a pick that I would necessarily make now, but it is something I would do here. You also notice I take a Sureshot over the shrink spell there. Wouldn't do that with almost any other hero, but with Sad Drac with the Sureshot, you're just too likely that you're going to slay there, and I think it's worth it there to skip the shrink. So take a look at our second shop. Don't love it, so we go ahead and hit the bread and free roll there, and still don't love this shop, so take another one, and this shop we like quite a bit more. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Mim here. That's good. We slay with Sureshot on turn 2, and then we lock for the Princess and the Lonely Prince there. So Miri does get off a Woggle Slay here against us, but not a huge deal here. We're very strong already, and win in fights. So we go ahead and grab the Lonely Prince here and another Sureshot, and that board is really strong for 2.2. So super happy with our start here. Alright, we're facing Waddle and looking to be in pretty good spot here. The dragon does get the Mim, but we're still with our ranged and our Lonely Prince. We are just very strong and win that fight pretty handily. So alright, interesting shop here. We do have a bit of a royal start here, a couple Sureshots and a Lonely Prince, so we could potentially take Romeo here and go royals. Make note of the fact that there's a Miri in this lobby, but no Fates, which is good to know. But we decided instead to go with the Shadow Assassin and Cindy here. So Shadow Assassin just continuing that ranged attack that we are enjoying so far, and you can see here that it really does put us in a very good spot. We win this going away against the Gwen here, and put 8 on him in turn 3, so not bad at all. And we get another Sureshot in this shop and a Spellweaver, so interesting choices here. We also have a Kidnap here, so that's a consideration, but I love the look of all of this ranged, and I think we decided to go ahead and go that route. We pulled a Cindy here and grabbed that Spellweaver, and we have a whole bunch of ranged. Now, you make the argument that pulling the Cindy over the Spellweaver, it's touch and go as to whether that's the best, but we end up going with it, and you can see here we're going to do very well. Even though they've got double Mim here, we're still going to be in a very good spot here. So, and we walk away with this pretty easily, even through an upgraded Black Cat, which we handle pretty handily there. So, Shadow Assassin with its little bit of extra toughness compared to the Sureshot, very strong here. So, alright, next shop, nothing that I absolutely love here. I would consider taking the Sleeping Princess here. I like Sleeping Princess a little bit more than some folks. I think it can just really be strong in mid-game for you. As a matter of fact, I know Horse Thief wrote a very interesting article about knighthooding Sleeping Princess in the mid game if you're on Gwen, to help get you there. So I like it a lot, but a lot of people don't, and that's fine. I end up not taking it here though, and I go ahead and grab that other Shadow Assassin, and now I have a third one in the shop. And I'm trying to decide what to do here, whether to sell out, to buy the Shadow Assassin, whether to use the spell. And you'll see something happen here. This is a hole in my game that I need to fix. Hopefully it's not one that's in yours, but if it is, take a look at it. Need to be more decisive here. I end up in a situation where this decision takes me too long, and not only do I misplay it, but I miss out on both my treasure and placing my 7th unit. So I don't quite get the treasure chosen there, and I don't get that Spellweaver in. Now, as it is, we're pretty strong here, and this board we're playing is pretty weak, and it doesn't really hurt us. We end up taking this one pretty handily. but that could have cost us this fight, and could have cost us some health points that would have mattered down the line. So, all right, so we do get a chance to go ahead and pick our treasure here now, and we go ahead and take Bad Moon here with the idea that we're going to be able to buff up Sureshot even more. Do finally go ahead and throw that Spellweaver in there, and we're looking for some options here. Now, I think we go ahead and grab this Heartwood Elder here. I will tell you that at this point in the patch last month, I was very into taking trees and really forcing trees. And so if you look here, that Heartwood Elder doesn't make a lot of sense in the composition that I'm in, but I'm at 40 health. I'm ahead of the lobby pretty handily, and for me, that's an opportunity to try to jump into trees and kind of get going on that. So, all right, we buy a Sporko here to upgrade from the Mad Mim. I'm super happy with that choice. We do get a chance to hit the Candy Rain there as well. So, and this Lightning Dragon's going to do a little bit of work for us. So I do have a dragon get off there and do a little damage, but we're in pretty good shape here. We've got some range. We're trading with almost everything they've got. Yeah, so it's just not going to be an easy fight for the trophy hunter there. So, all right, next shop coming up, and we are up against Krampus, and we checked their comp to see if we had seen them before. And then we go ahead and buy the Earthquake here. Probably a reason for that. I don't remember just offhand now why we went ahead and chose to do that, but do that. And now here you're going to see me really forcing the tree issue. So I'm dropping the Pig-O out, and I'm looking for a tree to put in front of that Heartwood Elder. And here's the thing, I don't really find one. I'm looking. It's just not exactly what we want to do. So you can see I'm starting to think like, okay, maybe I'm not going to find a tree for this. So we roll a couple more times, I believe, or one more time. And then we finally find this Nutcracker, and that's what we're going to do. So we end up selling out here to get this Nutcracker, and then we put a prize pig up front. That's not strong. Even moving that pig into the back, that's not as strong as we were. This is just a classic example, like I said, of me pushing trees a little too hard. And don't get me wrong, trees are super strong, right? Like, everybody wants the trees. It's not an accident. But I'm working a little too hard for it here and weakened my board. Now, you can make the argument that up as big as I am in this lobby right now, if you're going to make a push to force trees, this is the time to do it. But I'm not sure I would play it the same way now. So, all right, so we grab a couple pig gold here, and now we're a little bit up. We go ahead and grab a soul tech here. I will tell you again, I also probably wouldn't be yanking a soul tech this early here. Now, I like soul techs, but I've fallen down on them a little bit. Like, they are nice tech against the lightning dragons if you know you've got a lightning dragon matchup coming up. But they're not something I'm looking to scale early on anymore, really. So we're scrolling here again. We're looking for, another Heartwood Elder. We're just looking for places to improve our board here a little bit. And we end up taking the chicken here for Econ. It's 4-2, so we're not really interested in rolling anymore. We just want to get ourselves a little gold to carry over to the next shop. So, all right, and here you're going to see the effects of my weakening my board a little bit, or at least not strengthening it by pushing to go trees early. This is a double court wizard fight, and this is not going to be an easy fight for us to win. And we took away a lot of our range, right? Now, it would still be hard for us to win this, even with the ranged, with their double court wizards and their royals. But this ends up being the first fight we lose, and quite honestly, it makes sense. We gave up a little bit of strength to start down this tree path, and that cost us. So, all right, here we're going to take Horn of Olympus over Deck and Summoning. I like Horn of Olympus a lot with trees. I think it puts you a lot of times in a position where you're able to scale trees across your board. And scaling trees is excellent. Now, we did not take the Fool's Gold there. The Fool's Gold is a very trees happy treasure, mostly, and I will quite often take it when I'm running the trees. But here we were still a little bit half and half, and we're trying to make sure that we continue to win fights. So I think that rage there was pretty solid. So we're going to go ahead and lock for the XP here. We're ahead, and we're not locking for the XP. We're going to sell for XP. Oh no, we sold out for that's right. We sold out for the Shoulder Fairy and then locked for the XP. So Shoulder Fairy, a pretty significant increase in our board, and definitely given the fact that we gave up a little bit, certainly worth it. So the Soul Tech does come in handy there, as their Lightning Dragon just dies to our Heartwood Elder, and we take no, and our Heartwood Elder takes no damage there. So, and we put a pretty big beating on the Waddle there and get the Waddle out of the lobby, which is nice, right? You can see they've got the Treasure Triumvirate put up there, so you want to try to get them out of there soon. So we skip over that Sporko, which is maybe not the best plan. We're searching for burning trees here, which is part of why we skip over it. But I'm not sure that I wouldn't want to just grab that Sporko here and then see what we can find. So we doom roll down to 2, and then at some point you're like, we're not doom rolling anymore because we're about to roll over to 6. So we just grab a little bit of econ and go ahead and wait for our turn 6. We're going to get Share Bear here, which means we're going to get an extra gold, which is nice. And Share Bear's already building themselves a pretty decent tree board as well. That's where the Shoulder Fairy is going to come in really handy, because it's going to be able to double up here. And we put Share Bear out of the lobby too, grab an extra gold. Pretty happy with all of that. So, alright, there's that burning tree we were looking for, and we're far enough ahead of the lobby that we don't have to just rush to Elm. So we're going to go ahead and grab that burning tree. And here's another example, weakening our board a little bit to build because we're so far ahead, right? So I grabbed the Shoulder Fairies out of there, put that burning tree up there so we can get a little bit of scaling on it while we move on to our next fight. So there's more Shoulder Fairies too. I got to tell you, I really like Shoulder Fairies as a in-between piece for trees. So if you're trying to get to trees and you're not quite all the way there yet, a lot of times you'll have high enough health on one of your good trees and high enough attack on one of your bad trees, or some other character or unit, that you will be able to run a Shoulder Fairy that's pretty sizable, and it can be a real boon to your build. So, all right, so here now we're once again up against those Court Wizards, but we're pretty big comparative to where we were last time now, and these Court Wizards aren't going to have quite as easy a time running through us the way that they did before. So pretty quickly take out their front line, and now they do get our Sureshot, but now we're looking to move to their back line. Able to take out one of those Court Wizards, able to take out Romeo. Now we're down to just Juliet and the Court Wizard, and we've got ranged. So pretty happy with the way that rolled out. Very happy to get that Mary out of the lobby. So, all right, now we're about to face Zell. That I don't remember right now whether that Zell was on 5 or 6 going in, but you expect a Zell at this point who's still there, even on low health, to be very, very strong, right? In my way of thinking, Zelhu is the best hero in the game, and particularly for this reason, right? You get to this point, and they're just so much more efficient than everybody else is, right? Imagine that Neon at 3, and you can just take it on the off chance that you get the other one to, and there would have been the other one, that you get the other one to get a level 5 because you've got plenty of gold because everything costs 3 or less, right? So it's just very, very strong. Here we end up having to sell out to get this Ashwood. They would not have to, most likely, right? So it's just, I don't know, like I said, I think Zell is the best hero right now, especially in a world where trees and Slay are 2 of your better comps. So, and as you can see here, they already have not only do they have an Ashwood, but they already have an upgraded Burning Tree, and that's just too strong for us here, right? The upgraded Burning Tree, the upgraded Mummy is just super strong, and we just go ahead and lose that fight there. So yeah, Zell just gets very, very, very strong in the late game. If you don't run a Zell out of your lobby early, you're pretty solid to win it most of the time. So alright, we passed right over that Robinwood here. We're looking for another Ashwood Elm. We're looking for a Green Knight. Definitely want to try to find something to significantly upgrade our board. And we do find that Green Knight. So go ahead and pull our Shadow Assassin here. Grab the Green Knight, put it behind the Elm and the Burning Tree. I feel like that puts us in a pretty strong spot. We're about to face the Gwen, and this Gwen is strong, but not quite strong enough to really deal with our board here. Important that we don't ever let this sleigh get off, but our front line's pretty big, and that sleigh just isn't going to happen. So we take out their queen, we take out the Oni King, and then we run the Grumblegore out and get a pretty hefty win there. Now we get the Ghost, which means we've got a chance to try to build on our board a little bit without too many worries. So we just start doom rolling, trying to find something, find one of the significant upgrades that we could find. We're not interested in an apple. We do find another Green Knight, and that's pretty strong. I'm not sure, looking back on this, that I would have sold that upgraded Heartwood Elder in order to do this. It might have been time to take Sureshot out now, especially with being able to support all of our trees with the upgraded Elder. But it is what we did. Take a little bit extra gold here, trying to doom roll for more trees. We don't find anything. And we are up against the Miri again, and this Miri is no stronger than it was last time, obviously, as a ghost. And we're just too big for it at this point. These court wizards just aren't going to get it done against us, and we handle this one pretty easily. Certainly interested in using this next shop to try to find maybe another Burning Tree, maybe another Ashwood, a triple up on our Green Knight, something to get us stronger here. So alright, and our initial shop here doesn't really help us. It is just us against Zell now, so Zell took out that, or Zell won its fight. And Zell's just going to be very strong here. Again, it's going to be hard to beat them at this point. We're maybe going to be able to buy one thing out of this set of shops, maybe two if we had found something early. They're going to be able to potentially pick up 2 or 3 things extra to help them out here. So we do find an Ashwood Elm, and it is finally time to retire our Sureshot. You can see we're checking the build to see whether there's any reason not to do this, but we finally decide that is the route to go. Just beautiful work by our Sureshot there. So certainly tip of the cap to her as we set her on the bench. But you can see here now they've got upgraded Burning Tree, another Burning Tree, upgraded Ashwood Elm. We're just not going to be able to compete with this. I think we get another fight in here because we're able to trade enough. We don't just die. But yeah, we're going to need great shops here in order to have a chance. The Shoulder Fairy is just not enough. We're scrolling, we're trying to find something. We do find an Echo Wood, which helps a little bit potentially. Although even here, because we only have one Burning Tree and it's not upgraded, that Echo Wood just isn't going to get big enough to do anything for us, really. It's going to have a big front side, but it's going to have very little health. And it's just not going to be much. So, we consider a spell that I don't know why we considered that spell. I'm just so used to playing Hat Ball that it's just instinct. So, we do decide after looking at their build to go ahead and take this Lightning Bolt here. We're trying to kill one of their backline. The Sporko is what we're trying to get to. They have a Pigo, which right off the bat puts us in a really bad spot. Our Lightning Bolt doesn't hit the Sporko, it hits their Green Knight, and we're just not gonna win this, right? Like, they just have too much for us here. So, excellent run with Sad Drac. Super happy to get a second place with Sad Drac. That lobby went about as well as it could go for us. Really neat. If somebody had taken that Zell out, we'd have been in really good shape. So, all right. So we get, I believe it was 39 points there, and you can see we're at 39.90. So definitely making progress on our march to Mythic. I will tell you that our next Storybook Brawl video will start from right here where this one ends. As we continued to make our push in March to get to Mythic so that we could compete in the April tournament. So, anyway, I hope you all liked that video. If you did, please hit the like button. Helps YouTube get this out to other people who would potentially enjoy the content. And if you are enjoying all of our content, whether it's the Storybook Brawl videos or the Magic Online Vintage Cubes, and we have a lot more coming, please hit subscribe. We've got a lot that's going to be happening for you in the future, and it helps build the channel, and I can promise you is really appreciated. So that's all for now. Hope you had a great time watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye now.